Welcome into the show, guys. We got a late show tonight, man. LastWord Productions. Host of ours, Wilson, as always, I get the last word. So we're gonna jump right into it, man. We ain't gonna be here on here too long. Again, later show because things came up, had to take care of some business. But show must goes on. You feel me? But if you're not doing so already, y'all go ahead and hit like, subscribe to the Facebook if you're on Facebook, hit the bell notification, and also subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you are on there. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, as we all know, the NBA Finals kicked off tonight. The game is still going on currently as we speak. OKC had a 10-point lead last time I checked. I could do a quick pop in real quick. They got a 13-point lead now. And they've absolutely demolished the Pacers in every which way this game. It's clear as day there's a talent gap here, and I don't know if the Pacers' grit and grind nature, gritty play is going to help close that gap at all in this series because right now the Pacers have three guys that are in double digits. Pascal Siakam has 16, Tyrese has 10, Obi Toppin has 11. I mean, going into the half, the highest scoring guy going into the half was TJ McConnell with 9 points. It's just not going to happen. There's too many ways that the Pacers can be defended. There's too many ways they can be stopped by this versatile defending, throw 3-and-D guys all over the place team in the OKC. They're one of the best teams we've seen in terms of overall perimeter defense. It's astonishing to watch some nights because you have Lou Dort, who's been one of the more underrated and underappreciated defenders this league has seen in the last 3 to 4 years now. You got J-Dub, who's an All-NBA defender. You got SGA, All-NBA defender. You got Alex Caruso, All-NBA defender. And then you just have a plethora of guys who can just go and check Neesmith, Nimhard, Tyrese Halliburton every night. It's a tall task, and then they're being crucified on a post and a block because Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren are twin towers basically to Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam. So it's just really no way around this. This just is not a favorable matchup at all for the Pacers, and I would be shocked if they even win the game. I'll be honest with y'all. I would be completely shocked if the Pacers even win a game. That's how much of a mismatch I think this is. And truth be told, I just think tonight's is just what we're gonna see in the foreseeable future for the next 3 games. This is probably going to be one of the most low view and just downright low, you feel me, demanded games in a final series we've probably ever seen because it's just not even worth watching, to be honest with you. Unless the Pacers can pull out 2 games when they go to Indiana and make it 2-2, maybe. But even then, it's still do we really believe the Pacers are going to make this a series? I don't think so. I really don't. But that's just my opinion, man. So another news around the NBA, man. It's some talks about Kevin Durant being moved, and he's going to be moved. He's a top priority to be moved, I should say. So sooner than later. And one of the teams that are interested are the Knicks. And it's rumored and speculated that if KD was to go to New York, he would be pretty much moved for Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns has huge money coming up on his deal. 3 years left remaining. I believe every year is 50 plus million, and the last year is 61, I believe. So New York is trying to probably look to move these books around to create some cap space and probably bring in some more young talent to add to the depth of their bench. They outside of McBride, who was iffy sometimes, they didn't really have a good bench. So they need role players. They do. They desperately need them. And I think if you move Cat, you take some of that money off the books. You could get some pretty good bench players. And speaking of New York and other news though, before I further my Kevin Durant point, they actually fired Tom Thibodeau, and I say good for them. I've said this for years, and I will continuously say it. Tom Thibodeau is one of the most overrated coaches I've seen in all the sports. And it's not because people sit here and say he's a top whatever coach. It's because people still speak about him in high regards as if he's still a damn good coach. No, he is not. He is a guy who run players to the ground. He does not have good rotations. He does not make good in-game adjustments. Hell, I'm not even sure if he makes good adjustments once you sit down and actually watch the film about the last game you just had. Because, truth be told, the entirety of the series against the Pacers, what killed them was the same thing every single night. Guys were not willing to switch on the picks or rotate to help play defense. Guys were not getting up and down the court quick enough to help stop fast breaking easy buckets. That was all 6 games they played. It came down to coaching. It had to be coaching. Like, yeah, Cat could show more effort. Yeah, Jalen Brunson could show more effort. Yeah, these dudes can play harder. Yeah, of course. But at some point, the coach isn't getting it out of them. At some point, the coach needs to put this on the tape and say, this is what we're not doing. And the only way we can do it is if you make the effort. That clearly was not being done, because at the end of the day, you got guys who still are making the same steady mistakes every single game, the same mistakes every single play. It's tiring to the point where it's like it has to be coaching. It has to be. You're not gonna sit here and tell a guy that is not coaching when you got a dude making the same mistakes possession after possession. And there was some rumors, speculation, and stuff like that about how some players got frustrated with Karl Anthony Towns' lack of effort on the defensive end. Whatever the case may be, listen, at the end of the day, if you want to sit here and say Cat is a scapegoat wherever he goes, fine. But at some point, somebody not lying. At some point, someone not telling the truth. And I just think it's kind of telling when he's just been here, his first year with New York. They go deep in the playoffs, and he still has the same reports about him. I mean, at some point, he really is just not putting in the work on that end. We heard this with Jimmy Butler, saying he was soft, this, that, and the third. We heard this with Anthony Edwards, his growing frustration with Cat. Now he's in New York. At some point, someone isn't lying. At some point, someone isn't just saying it just to scapegoat him. Maybe that truly is who he is. Maybe he is a soft player. Maybe he does not play hard enough in order to take that next step of his game. Who knows? I don't know. What I do know is when it came to putting it all together to get to that next round, to earn a chance to the big dance, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And a lot of that falls on him. A lot of it falls on him. So at the end of the day, I think New York made the right choice by moving on from Thibs. I do think they're probably going to be the hottest team demanding KD services. I think KD maybe has another year or two. Maybe. I think he'll be done after maybe the year after next. KD still has high-level play in him, don't get me wrong. He's still one of the greatest scorers in the game. He can still go out and give you 25, 27 a night without question. I truly believe that. But if they're going to go after it, they might as well strike it now when the iron's hot, because he's wasting time with Phoenix, if we're being honest. And I think Phoenix is going to be in a rebuild pretty much soon rather than later, because I truly believe they're going to move off Devin Booker as well. I truly believe that. I think Devin Booker is going to get shopped, and I think he's a priority for a lot of teams, as he should be. He's one of the 3 best shooting guards in the league, arguably still the best shooting guard in the league. So we shall see. But with all that being said, man, I want to move off into the NFL news. And I just want to say this. And like I said, it's going to be short, sweet episode, man. No one seems like no one's gonna join up, so we're gonna keep it short and simple. But I want to say this: at the end of the day, man, the dudes who are out here who are hoping low, they're not saying it out loud, but I know they are. They are hoping to see Shedeur Sanders fail just for the sake of saying "I told you so." You are weird. You are weird, and I'm talking to you. You are weird because why do you want to see a guy fail just so you can say you was right about him not being the person we said he was? Don't get me wrong, the diehards who out there thinking he's gonna be the next Tom Brady and stuff like that, yeah, they're delusional. Of course they are. But you hoping he fails just to say those people are wrong, you are just as bad. Because why are you hoping for someone to fail just to say someone was wrong? Weird behavior to me. Really weird behavior to me. But that'd be all for me tonight, man. I'm gonna call it a night. Tired, had a long day at work, but hey, listen. If you are tuned in right now, go ahead and hit that like button on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Remember, I'm on all platforms: LastWord Productions, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Look up LastWord Productions. 9 out of 10 times I'm there. But see you on the next one, man.